Nice.
One of the most highly requested features in all of Black Ops 4 has finally made its way into the game, except not in the way that we had all anticipated that it would. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, combat records in Black Ops 4 are finally here, but combat records are not actually in Black Ops 4. Today, Treyarch released a new update briefing in which they detail the reasoning behind the combat records delay and why they chose to implement them how they did with Black Ops 4's newest update. And today, my friends, things are going to get very, very interesting. What's up, guys? Zachary Immortal here. Welcome back to the channel, and thanks for stopping by. If you are new here to the channel and you want to stay up to date with everything Black Ops 4 related, feel free to subscribe with your post notifications turned on. That way you'll always know when a new video goes live. According to YouTube, over 68% of you guys who have watched the videos in the last week or so are not subscribed to the channel, so hey, if you want to save yourself a step, click that sub button and boom, you got all that glorious Call of Duty news right up in your sub box every single day. Also, if you guys enjoyed this video, let me know by dropping a like rating on it, as it does really help the channel out. Now, let's get into the combat records because, like I said, things are very, very weird when it comes to how exactly you can now see your stats in-game. Treyarch's update briefing is led by the title, April 4th Update, New Mobile Combat Record, Barebones Healing Update, Improvements and Fixes in Alcatraz and Ancient Evil. And it leads off with the statement, since the launch of Operation Grand Heist, we've been focused on delivering some of our biggest content drops to date across multiplayer, zombies, blackout, as well as a league play. As we ramp up for our fourth big operation dropping later in April, we're happy to announce a brand new addition to the Call of Duty mobile companion app. That, of course, being combat records. So right off the bat, no, combat records are still not in Black Ops 4. Instead, they are just associated with Black Ops 4 through the COD Companion mobile app. That said, here's exactly what the COD Companion app combat records can tell you about your Black Ops 4 statistics. Your own personalized combat record in the Call of Duty app will include individual weapon and weapon category stats related to your EKIA count, your EKIA to death ratio, your kill count, your overall KD, and also your headshots, deaths, accuracy, shots landed, shots fired, killed by, and damage counts with each individual weapon, and also weapon categories like assault rifles, submachine guns, light machine guns, etc., etc. For each specialist weapon, you'll also be able to see your EKIA count, your kills, your times used, your damage, your killed by count, and your EKIA supported by count. But here's the thing though, I can already tell you that the dog is going to be what I've died to the most when it comes to specialist stuff. I swear, if I'm playing a game and I hear that nomad whistle, you can bet your money that that dog is coming to find me and hunt me down. So that said, I don't need a combat record to tell me that the dog has killed me more than anything else, but nonetheless, you can now see which specialist you've died to the most. For equipment and special issue equipment, you'll also be able to see your EKIA, your kills, times used, killed by, damage, and EKIA support by count. For score streaks, it's more of the same, and for maps by mode, you'll be able to see your wins, your losses, your win-loss ratio, and also your specific stats by game mode. And finally, for attachments across all weapons, you'll be able to see the same stats as weapons, so all of your different kills, your EKIA to death ratio, your damage dealt, so on and so forth. Now, all of that in and of itself is a lot of statistics and probably a more in-depth breakdown than what any of us were really expecting. I mean, this seems to be equally, if not more extensive than the Black Ops 1 combat records, which broke down your stats by each individual weapon as well. But there's a catch with all of this. These combat records are specific and individual to you, so even if you are in a lobby with all of your friends, you still will not be able to see their stats in-game, but you can, however, compare your stats with your friend's stats through the companion app for what that's worth. Treyarch then followed up their detailed statistics list by saying, providing combat records on mobile brings the stats that players want to the platform where they will get the most use out of them without taking time away from playing the game. So you can check your stats quickly and easily on your phone or tablet in between matches. The new mobile combat record is an on-the-go solution that we hope our stat-loving fans will enjoy. Treyarch then goes on to explain that even though they first introduced combat records back in Black Ops 1 and continued to implement them and upgrade them over the course of the Black Ops series with Black Ops 2 and 3, they were still a very underutilized feature because the combat records were quote-unquote buried so deep within a complex menu system. So their vision with the combat records being available on mobile instead of directly in the game is to ensure an ease of use scenario. However, I'm not sure that that idea is going to go entirely to plan. For one, the COD companion app has been relatively clunky since its release and has even leaked multiple things like the Madagascar and Elevation DLC maps, and even the Capture the Flag game mode, which we have still yet to see released. Now, I'm going to be completely honest, I'm not really sure how I feel about this whole mobile integration system being the way to go for combat records, but I'm not going to throw out any real opinions just quite yet until I get some actual experience and hands-on with this system first. Treyarch does then also go on to explain in this post their method of introducing stats into each individual game mode within Black Ops 4 to seemingly replace some of the aspects that combat records used to have in previous games, including having a full statistics breakdown of the more important and interesting gameplay stats within the barracks of multiplayer and the World League hub, alongside each map having our own map-based statistics displayed on the loading screen as you are joining the match, and even having specialist stats displayed when you are in the personalization tab. For zombies, you get the Black Ops Authenticity Stamp system to provide data on your matches, and over in Blackout, stats can even be filtered by modes and go in depth on various details regarding hot drop kills and long distance kills and headshot percentages, so on and so forth. But I mean, these stats have pretty much been in the game since launch. We've all known they're there, and yet we've still been asking for combat records this whole time. Those were not really the stats that players were looking for. Sure, they're cool, and I love knowing that my longest distance kill is this many meters in Blackout, or I have this many headshots over in multiplayer, but I feel like the main points of what people were wanting from combat records is still missing, and the ability to go in and actually look at, legit XX Sniper's stats when you join into a lobby with him. Now, don't get me wrong, all of these like super detailed statistics are actually really cool. I love the fact that I can go in and view each weapon individually and see what my stats are like with each individual weapon and each specialist weapon, so on and so forth. Like, that's really cool, but at the same time, we've got all these stats now and they go really in depth, and I'm sure that the effort that went into the creation of this combat record system was definitely immense. But was that effort misdirected? I guess that's sort of where things are up for interpretation. It kind of depends on what you wanted out of combat records. I'm sure some people just want to know what their KD is like with just the Titan or just the ICR or whatever else. Other people, though, want to jump into a match of domination and immediately compare all of their stats with the lobby leaderboards and the lobby combat records. So I guess that is very perspective based in a sense, but I am definitely curious to know what you guys have to say about this. Let me know down in the comments below how exactly you guys feel about this combat record system and your thoughts on it as a whole. Finally, a few other things that did end up coming out of this update briefing were some updates to Barebones, Zombies, and also the Alcatraz Blackout map. For Barebones, they actually changed the healing cooldown timer from 7.3 seconds to 5 seconds flat, so healing should be a little bit faster now, and I'm not gonna lie, that was actually a pretty big problem for me personally with Barebones, as healing just took forever to regen and oftentimes led me to dying because I could not regen fast enough, so I am definitely glad that that's been altered a little bit. Over in Zombies, Ancient Evil just got a handful of stability fixes, and for Alcatraz, they actually addressed a couple of big issues. For starters, they addressed an issue that caused the total number of players alive to be tabulated and displayed incorrectly. They also addressed an issue where players could get stuck in a railing near parade grounds if they tried to mantle it, and they also addressed an issue where the redeploy message would be visible even when redeploy was no longer available. Definitely ran into that one a few times. That was a big bamboozle, so I'm glad that that's been fixed as well. And overall, the quality of life within Alcatraz has been improved a little bit with this update too. But of course, the main thing behind this briefing post is those mobile combat records, which I'm sure will be a very hot topic for the next couple of days and weeks. Like I mentioned earlier, definitely let me know your thoughts on those combat records down in the comments below. Of course, if you guys enjoyed the video, let me know by dropping a like on it, giving it a big old thumbs up, as it would be much appreciated. And if you are brand new here to the channel and you'd like to stay up to date with everything Black Ops 4 related, definitely consider subscribing with your post notifications turned on. That way you'll always know when a new video goes live. That does effectively wrap things up for today. Once again, thank you guys so much for tuning in, and until next time, take it easy, have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.